Hello everyone, Comrade Snake here. So we have the demo for Strategos, a new game getting published by Microprose. It is basically a 3D real-time version of Field of Glory, if you've ever seen that or experienced that. Specifically Ancients, if you can maybe tell by the hoplites and pikemen, etc. in the bottom screen there. So, Roman and ancient era stuff like Republican and Imperial era Roman and various kinds of empires and peoples from that period. So this is the demo, and they have you can do your quick battles on here. There's also a tutorial, manual, of course settings are there. So we're going to go to historical battle setup. Here's a little thing here. So they have four at this current stage, four factions that you can play as. You can play Plebeian Rome, the Pyrrhus, or Epirus under Pyrrhus, late successor Macedonian, and late Carthaginian. So it looks like for this demo, as far as I can tell, you can't really mess too much with your stuff too much. You can do a little bit, If you've played Field of Glory, you'll notice that some of these unit types and the symbols and everything are kind of the same. So you can play a little bit around with it, but it doesn't give you a whole lot to work with. It's just the ones that are in red are ones you can kind of mess with a bit for what you want, including for the enemy. You can also add certain types of allies into the thing, so you can get access to other types of units. So that's interesting. Kind of mix things up a bit. There is several AI types you can pick from. You can do different ways to switch it. You can add quantity difficulty, so give your enemy or yourself more units, or change the quality up to giving yourself better units, or giving your opponent better units, or just this. I think we're just going to stick with default for now and everything, just while we're messing around here. I'm probably just going to play a couple battles to kind of show it off. So let's see, what would be fun? We got 3 maps to pick from for this demo here. And there's supposedly going to be like over 100 different factions to pick. I believe some of the factions will kind of have unit roster overlap. For example, there's like several different Roman ones kind of covering different eras of Rome, and there's definitely going to be some overlap there. Same for, Macedonian. Hence, this is late Macedonian versus, I'm sure there's probably an early, maybe a middle. I don't know how the division works or it's going to work, but you got different ones here. In fact, you know what? Let's play the Macedonians here. Do we need allies? Nah, we'll just go this. What should we fight? Let's fight Romans. Let's do that. Let's try some reverse. I'm spacing on the name now. Pydna, was that it? Yeah, I think Pydna was the final victory of the Romans over the Macedonians. Maybe I'm misremembering, but anyway. So we got some other different options here. So we have some what our army roster? We have our general on some cavalry. We also have a general with some elite veteran silver shield pikemen. So those could be good. We could change them to cavalry as well, but I think we'll leave. Yeah, we'll leave 1 unit of pikemen, and we'll have 1 heavy cavalry here. I think that'll be good. Let's see. Then we have a couple. We can have a couple units of medium infantry spearmen. We can have some medium infantry Thracians with this. Why don't we go with some Thracians here? Because we already have some spear medium infantry. Let's get a little Thracians. Add maybe a little bit of cutting power in there. That could be good. Some good shock power. Then we got some pikes. Pikemen. Let's say we have these. So we have some kind of other medium infantry pikemen here, and some archers. Let's open manual. Let's see. Let me just adjust the volume a little bit, just because I think the music's a bit loud. At least it is on my end, so I'm just going to adjust some of that. Okay. Let's see here. Yes. Yeah, I think we'll leave these silver shields. We can have Galatian. No, what do I do more? I want a wall of pikes with just some kind of backup infantry to help. I could have more of these or more cavalry. Do we want some more cavalry to harass? So there's an interesting mechanic that I'll explain when we get in the battle that will makes cavalry a little, this isn't Total War. They're not going to be quite as immediately useful as cavalry is in, say, Total War. And you'll see why when we get in there. I think that'll be good. Can we have some medium infantry to help kind of be a reserve in the back, and we'll add some more cavalry. I think that's a good idea. Do we want to give the Romans any allies, or now I'll just leave everyone the way it is. I can't really adjust them. That's fine. So we have grassy flatland, desert lowlands. This. Well, let's just stick with the flatland for now. It's kind of stacking the deck a little bit in our favor with our pikes, but let's get in there. And then we'll kind of go over some of the mechanics here a bit. This is actually somewhat hinting at it here in the little thing there about range of your generals. All right, here we go. Okay, so we at least have nice flat grassland to work on. Kind of like there's that one open field map in Rome Total War 2. And I think it's in Rome Total War 1 as well. All right, so now we have our various units here. So the star is our general, and that's going to be important because generals have, where's our other guy? He's got to be around here. There he is. Generals have a command range, and we also have a total courier count. So if we put on the command range display, so any guys, and by guys I mean units, in this circle of the general's command range will basically just automatically move, kind of like, say, in a Total War game. And I don't want to keep making that comparison to to a Total War game, because it's really not like that, except very superficially. It really does not play like one in any aspect, apart from just kind of looks like it. So I don't want to keep making that comparison. There's been a lot of people talking about the game that are, and I understand that, why, but it's not really fair to the game. But anyway, so anyone in this command unit radius can immediately gets their orders. However, if they're outside of that, say this unit of pikemen here, if we were in the middle of the battle, they would have to send a courier, and you actually see it on the map. It's like a little guy on a horse, has to bring the orders to the unit before it will start enacting them. Now, on that, there's also projectile range for ranged units, which behaves like you'd imagine. Just any units that get enter it, they start throwing at them. But there's also this impetus charge range. It's a little bigger for cavalry. So if an enemy unit gets into that charge range, there's a chance your unit will just charge them. There's nothing, you can't control it. They'll just do that. So positioning becomes really important in this game, more so than other games of its type, because you got to, not only is combat behave differently, and we'll see that as it goes in action, but because of the kind of ability where units will somewhat act on their own to an extent, means you have to be very careful about how you position things and how they might end up. Okay, so let's formulate a battle plan here against the Romans. I'm thinking we're going to do... I think... now, Romans don't have a lot of cavalry, and I don't think they may have had something on their roster. I didn't pay that close attention to it before I started the battle. But they don't have a lot of cavalry, so we should have an advantage there with our 2 heavy cavalry, even though one of them is a general, so I want to be careful with that. So we might want to use this general and this cavalry as our hammer here, and use this general to keep the infantry acting as the anvil. But I think we may have a couple other extra things we want to do there. So we have a few extra commands here. We have no line shift. We have guard, where they'll try to hold it. Pushback will mean if they're winning the combat, where there's kind of a role for it during combat every so often, they can push the enemy unit back. And then there's fallback, where it's the opposite. They will kind of try to move backward. So what I think I want to do is make a refused flank and attack in an echelon here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get, okay, so I want one heavy pike. This is going to be the far thing. So it's always a little weird where if you just kind of click, it's like as if they just did the normal like movement. It's a little awkward, but you're fine as long as you stretch them out like that. Okay, so we're gonna kind of try to stagger them like this. I think I want that general to be back a little more than that section of the line. Okay, there's that. Maybe one more. Oops. There we go. Now we'll put the general here. Try to get the alignment right. It's a little tricky. You don't necessarily want them to be like neck and neck. Okay. So now we have our staggered line. It's a little bit, it's not quite perfect, but it's close enough. We have our refused flank, our staggered line, and then I want to, since this is going to be the attacking side, I'm going to put the Thracians out here and the medium infantry as a reserve. But I want the Thracians to be hitting a unit in the flank. And then what I think I'm going to take these two skirmisher cavalry. I want them to harass this flank hard. Well, you know what? Maybe I do need to swap the general a little closer to the attacking side. I don't want him to be really far away from them. That wouldn't be good. But I do want a little bit of distance. I don't necessarily want him up front in the action immediately. And then we're going to put our other two cavalry up here. So we'll put the general closer so that he can kind of act as a general. Yeah, this will be good, I think, like this. So he can give commands if he's closer, and keep all that in line. And then we'll push up our light cavalry quickly and get our skirmishers up here to stall for ordering the attack when the Romans get close enough. That's going to be our battle plan here. Yes. So we will have, well, I'll show it here. Let's start. Okay. Now, at the very start, for at least a little bit of time, you get one free move out of your units. Let's switch the projector. Actually, I don't think I necessarily... So there's a courier. I want to kind of slide those a little bit. See, and you get a little letter symbol showing them, telling them what to do. Okay. So we want to let the Romans get closer. see, so I was a little bit out of where I would have wanted to be, so I had to use some orders, send some couriers out to get them to do something here. And because these guys are closer, they're going to get orders first. But notice that that courier had to come from the cavalry because this guy was already sending out couriers. And that changed how things had to happen a little bit. So let's see. So you'll see it even has some of the same graphics. Well, I didn't really want him to charge. That's not great, actually. Okay, whew, they broke off, thankfully. Yeah. Okay, and they're going to throw into the Princeps. That's acceptable. But, okay, now we already got disordered there. That's not great. You can see they failed their cohesion check. So let's see, we got Triorii on this side. Okay. I wish I had reversed on the other line where we could hit the weaker Princeps and Hastati. But it is what it is. I do have Triorii in there too, kind of moving up the back. Okay. Okay, I thought I gave an order on accident there. So let's see kind of what happens. Okay, we've at least disordered those Princeps. That's actually quite good. That might honestly end up making it better. We might actually end up being able to breaking this flank even before. We may have to change our battle plan a little bit here. Let's see. Let's see what happens ultimately. That's a little unfortunate. We got a bad spot there. You know what? Let's do it. Let's get him out of there. Oh, he's out of couriers. Yeah, so he has a limited amount. I actually don't know how many couriers he holds, but it might only be 1 or 2. Not enough to get our thing moving. Okay. Now we're starting to get into a problem here where their line is going to, because of the delay, is actually going to hit us in a weird spot here. So we should get into we should win this one handily. We got him on the flank there. So we gotta try to maintain control. The Triara is moving away, so what I want to get is our Falksmen in there. They're going to get in there, get this cavalry to charge in the flank or behind. Ooh, okay, we're disordering their... Good, okay, this is very good. We're disordering their guys who hit a flank here. Actually, we're also distorted there, possibly because of the flank. But we at least got them gone. Okay. That flank's going well. The center's doing okay. We're disordering them. We're going to lose this fight, though. That pike is not doing well at all. But we are going to break them. They're fragmented. That unit is routing. So we need to get 60% of their army to rout, and then we will gain a victory. We need to get that unit there. Let's get that one to attack. Okay, we're keeping that Triori away from the battlefield. That's going to be quite useful. Okay, that unit is breaking. And unfortunately, that one also lost. But this flank is going quite well. So the battle plan did not unfold how I exactly would have liked. But we're still ahead by a pretty good margin. Those guys are just running away. We might end up being able to collapse them onto two sides here, basically. I want them to attack and get involved there so that we can get some flanking cavalry. Getting that. Let's try getting that. Those Triori are just got completely taken out of the battlefield. That's honestly a better use of that light cavalry than I could have hoped for. Okay, there we go. Okay. This is going to be tricky because... So one of the things is these sword infantry actually have an advantage against unsteady enemy infantry. So that might help them out a bit here. But okay, it looks like we have... That unit is fragmenting. And that unit is routed. Oh, we should... Oh, we killed their general. Or did... Oh, no, it was that our general who died. Not actually sure how that happened. But either way, we're very close to winning now. We almost... It's 60... I think I said 60% flat before, but it's 60% over. Or, you know, if they completely break and you did not. Okay. So that cavalry lost that fight, but that's okay. Let's see if we can get our cavalry to catch up to those Velites. Alright, I think we're kind of mostly just in mopping up operations at this point. We do really need to end that fight. We should still, I think, win this. Right now, we're at about a tie, so we have next time it checks, we'll have about a 27% chance of winning, 48.5% it'll be a draw, and a 24% chance it'll go against us. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. Yeah, unfortunately, our heavier infantry are not going to be able to catch up to these skirmishers, but can at least try. Keep them away. Okay, there we go. Now we got a flank attack, so we should break them here. Oh, there we go. We hit 70%. Well, that got it. So we lost a few units, but go away for a second. Yeah, so that was that finally broke them and won the battle. Okay. So that was a quick little battle there. Let's do one more, but I do need to lower, I think, the volume a bit. At least on my end. Okay. Let's try another. Let's do a different one. Let's do Rolling Hills. And maybe... Let's try a late Carthaginian. And let's go against... I'm going to try up against Pyrrhus. Sure. With some Samnite allies. Why not? That could be interesting. All right. Let's see how this goes. You know, my headphones are about to die, but I will just keep rolling with it as we go. So I didn't look very hard at my army comp, and I'm not going to. I'm just going to see how it goes. But we're going to have to try different battle plan here. Let's see. Okay. So we have a general on some peony cavalry veterans. Another unit of cavalry veterans. So we have both our generals on cavalry. Okay. We have Numidian light cavalry, some armored cavalry. Okay. They have javelins. They're armored. That's good. Okay, we have Scutari, medium infantry, impact foot. Okay, that's good. Impact foots are useful. We have some heavy infantry spearmen, so hoplites basically. Not basically, they're hoplites. And then we have some Gaelic warband. Interesting. Okay. Light horse, light horse, light horse. All right. We have a lot of skirmishers, some medium infantry, and a little bit of hoplites. So I think we're really going to have to lean heavily into the cavalry here. I don't think we have any other choice. So we're going to try to push that cavalry hard on the flanks here. We want one armored cavalry here, Numidian. So we need to really try to like wear down their units before they get into contact. And we'll keep... This will be fine, actually. I think this formation is mostly pretty good. This will be... Yeah, because this is our main general, it looks like. Okay, this will be decent enough, I think. We'll see how they go. Oh boy, okay. So they have very similar units here. Okay. Let's get you to go harass them. Yeah, maybe we don't quite want them to push up yet. Actually, no, we don't want to quite do that. So that terrain type's very disordering for cavalry, so we don't want to quite get in there. We've already disordered their cavalry, but oh no, they're charging in. I don't like that. Even with their disordered, I don't like that at all. Let's see how that cavalry battle's doing. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Well, this might end up being a mistake. Caught those guys, which is good. We'll win that one most likely, but... oh, that was weird. Okay. I think we had a slight little kind of glitch there. That probably shouldn't have happened that way. But that's okay. It's just a demo. Things happen. Yeah, I don't think that was supposed to happen like that. But hey, it is what it is. We've disordered the Samnite foot. That's good. Hopefully we'll disorder some more soon. Yeah, I think this cavalry battle's now going kind of poorly. Oh, we killed their general? Or was that our own? Yeah, no, we killed theirs. Oh. Well, that's actually quite good. Maybe I spoke too soon. Let's see if we get a curry over there. This is going to be a tough call. Looks like we probably will win that fight, but not sure yet. Yeah, we need to get over there and help support them. If we do end up cleaning up this side, I think that'll... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't like that. Unfortunately, yeah, this fight's still going on. Oh, no, that's bad. I was hoping to try to get them to intercept, and that didn't quite work. Okay. I think what we're going to do is order them more that way. Okay, we've chased off those skirmishers, which is nice. I think I might need to commit this general to this side. Oh my gosh, this is really tough. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay. Okay, we did oh, that's awesome. We got those. Okay, okay. With both those units disordered, I think we have the advantage here. Okay, yep, now they're going there. Okay. Unfortunately, yep, that one turned against us. That's okay, that's okay. I think we have an advantage right now with turning this flank. Okay, they're distracting that guy. Okay, good. Come on. Come on. Okay, they're fragmenting there. There we go. Thank you for finally charging. It's going to be important to get that flank going. Okay, now they're fragmented. Okay. Okay, we're damaged with the routes are damaging them. There we go. Okay. Okay. This is big. This is big. That was a big crumble there, even if the flank is kind of falling apart. I think we'll get a flank on here. Not quite. Ugh. Now I think we should get a flank, actually. I think the pushback helped us. Yeah, okay, we got the disperse on that. Oh, we're disordered here. That's not good. Okay, we need to stop pushing back now. Okay, these guys are rallying. That's good. Oh, unfortunately, that route was pretty bad for us. Yeah, this flank's totally shot. We need to try to get some more of these guys in the fight. Okay. Kind of winning that one, but not by enough that it makes me comfortable. Okay, now we're getting these charges in. Okay, that's the route. That's helpful. Oh, God, this is going to be real close. Kind of. Okay, we fragmented those guys. Dispersed, so that one's out completely. That doesn't, is already there. Okay. Okay, here we go. We had a route, which is turned into another route, which turned to a fragmentation. And oh my gosh, that was crazy. Wow, that got into a really weird compressed battle space there. That was interesting. Okay. Well, I hope that was as entertaining for you as it was for me. That was that got pretty close there. I was a little worried about my chances, but we managed to just pull it out with that final clash in the middle there. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna go back to the main menu here. Well, whew, that was an interesting and exciting fight. So that will be all for this time. I will catch you again later, hopefully with some more board game stuff. Really, really busy time in my life, so it's just hard to get stuff made, but I was able to get something quick worked up here on this demo I was very excited for. So thank you for stopping by, and I will catch you next time.